Our broadcast tonight coming to you from New York City, amid all the hustle and bustle of the streets of Manhattan. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Chicago Bulls as they go up against the New York Knicks here in New York. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. White and Lavine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for New York, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Smith in at the point. Both these teams, Doris, relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the ball, Kev, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
Carter, the pass to White. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now, here is Smith. Outside Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Over Lavine. Barrett, no good. Lavine finds Porter, and that one, good.
You know, this guy can thrive in transition. Otto Porter with good burst and a live body.
Right side Robinson. Smith outside. Throws it up high.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning. Well, just tremendous awareness from Dennis Smith Jr. Recognizing a teammate is open, let me make the game easy for him.
Randall against Porter. Out to White. 6 to shoot. From downtown. It's rebounded by New York. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, thank you very much. I was able to talk with Coach Jim Boylan for a minute. He talked to me about the importance of protecting the rim, challenging opponents at the top of the jump, and making it difficult for them to convert easy baskets. But to have a chance of that, they have to expend energy getting back in transition, which will help close down those driving lanes. So guys, we'll see where their energy lies throughout this game.
Thank you, David. Now here's Lavine. Outside White. From the arc. Rebounded by Knox.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Bounce pass Smith. And stolen by White. Here's Lavine. And he goes right over R.J. Barrett and slams it down.
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Lavine has got a creative streak.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Chicago right now, Thomas Satoransky is out there with Chris Dunn. Then there's Valentine. Then it's Young. And it's Hutchinson in at the 4 slot. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Chicago. And the ability to stretch the floor from the power forward spot doors becoming almost a requirement. That's worked out well for Marcus Morris.
Boy, when he comes into the league, Kevin, 2011, he was viewed as that classic tweener. That at one point was a negative level. The game has now shifted his direction because of his versatility.
Pass to Trier. Now Portis. Pass to Bullock. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Inside. Oh, and the dunk by Young.
Boy, how about the strength by Thaddeus Young on that dunk? My goodness gracious.
1:44 left to play here in the half. Trier and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Denzel Valentine.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Reggie Bullock. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical, thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
Well, that's a good way to look at it.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Trier, the 10-footer, and the shot is long. Dunn looking over the floor. Now the pass to Satoransky. There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Hutchison. The rebound by Gibson. New York trailing. Morris outside, down low, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, you combine size, aggression, and toughness, and you get Taj Gibson. My goodness, nicely done.
Dunn outside. Pass to Hutchison, and Gibson sends it back, and he's able to get it back. Here's Dunn, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Listen, Dunn has got elite power and elite speed, and it's paying dividends in the paint.
Bulls shooting their first free throws here tonight.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
Chris Dunn, a complete basketball player, dynamite scorer, remarkable passer, and one of the elite defenders.
So New York ends up going with the new group. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Young. Markkanen comes in for Chandler Hutchison. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Valentine. And Zach Lavine subbed in for Satoransky.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
And Randall throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Here's Lavine. Shoots it up. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. New York ahead. They lead by a bucket. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
You know, hate on low, but we fly high. Free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they tryna steal away. Cut it out. Here we gon' get it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The Knicks with the lead.
Well, you think back to last season for the New York Knicks, worst team in the league. They could muster only 17 wins. But let's be frank here. This is an organization who knew the rebuild would be a process.
Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Barrett is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Robinson in at the center filling out the middle. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. White the pass to Carter. Over Smith. And it's Carter missing. And for the Knicks, they knew this is part of their rebuilding process.
And I think, Kevin, they made the most of their down year. This is an organization that hit the reset button with the Porzingis trade. But the one positive is I think they found several role players they might be able to utilize in the coming years.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Here's Lavine. Robinson with the block. They retain possession. Basket counts. Lavine's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Smith kicks to Randall. And to get open is Robinson. And there's Randall on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Lavine who brings it up for the Bulls. Pulls it from the elbow. Offensive rebound. And Markkanen throws it down.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Passes it to Smith. All alone. And he connects with the jumper. Smith's got his first basket. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Lavine. Again, Lavine missing.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Chicago trailing here. From deep. The shot comes out. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Knicks lead by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So for Chicago right now, inside, it's Young and Markkanen. Lavine and Valentine are the wingmen. And it's done in at the point guard. Lavine wide open. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. 9 points for Zach Lavine.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Outside Portis. Morris looking over the floor. Overdone. Morris, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to Lavine. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Dunn. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 3-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, I really admire the poise of Chris Dunn, appearing totally comfortable in the paint.
Left side, Portis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now here's Lavine. He's guarded closely. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Boy, the speed at which Lavine comes at you is incredible. Love to see him attack like that.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And a new group in for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Bobby Portis. Kevin Knox comes in for Marcus Morris. Checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Smith subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Chicago also making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Young. And Porter subbed in for Denzel Valentine. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 3-point game.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Pass to Barrett. That shot off. Nice D from Lavine. Unloads from 13. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Zach Lavine.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Randall's checked in for the Knicks. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. And Lavine throws